Oh dear, it's cold out here. Okay, so I'm going to start in a couple of minutes. Hopefully the rain stays away here. Have to go get dressed. Okay, so change of clothes. Just back from the gym. I'm going to start this now. Hopefully the rain stays away. And the one. Okay. Right. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut some disc for us dual action sander, right? 80 grip. If I can find some 80 grip here. $100. So 100, 120, and 80. So usually I get about 6 or 7 out of one of these 150mm discs. So I'll bring the cameras up nice and close now. I'll cut the holders anyway. So yesterday I continued the preparation of the stainless bits seen at the top of this triangular frame. So see the way you can see a pile of marks on it there, grinding marks. That's done using the backing pad and a sanding disc. But the problem is now I want to bring these two stainless plates up into a mirror finish. So what I have to do is I have to go through the different stages now using a dual action, staying away from a rotary mat. Okay? Or a rotary sander even. So I can use the big sander for this, but also the 2-inch. So I'm just getting set up still here. I just have to be careful not to use too much water because this is my steel at the bottom here, okay? And obviously, well, it can dry off. So I'll set up this other camera here too. So we have a combination of both here. Just trying to sort this other yak out. So if it rains, I just have to sort of go under that canopy there above us. Testing. Right. So we have mild steel, right? We have mild steel now up to this point. Apart from this cap, which is stainless, doesn't matter, I'm going to powder coat it. So up to this weld, mild steel, so if I left this out for a day, you'd see this weld going orange or browny colour. So what I want to do now is remove the marks left by the backing pad from the grinding process, the grinding stage. So I'm going to start off with 80 grit sandpaper. I would like to use water here, but I don't want to use water because it's only going to make a mess of the frame, even though it's going to be sandblasted again. So we'll set this down on its side here now, and we'll start with this face. So here is how the last stage, using the sanding backing pad, the grinder. So the grinding's all finished now, so I'm going to move this camera over here. turned out to be a nice day. Right, here we go. I'm going to use a bit of water. So, what I want to do now is I want to bring this up to a nice smooth finish. Sort of having it looking like glass. As smooth as glass with all scratches removed. And to do that, I just have to go through the different grains of sandpaper. I'm going to close this door because this compressor is going to start up. So let me see here first what sandpaper I have. I need 320. Velcro back. Where did that go? There it is. So hopefully the internet doesn't cut out today because it did yesterday. Something wrong with the line up the road or something. So this process now is really important. Okay, so what I have done here now, right, is I have moved from this stage to this stage, removing the marks left by the grinder, the backing pad. So 80 grit here now, and I'm going to jump straight over to 120 maybe, or yeah, 120 or 100's too close to 80. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do everything 80, and then we're going to jump over to the finer grade. So we'll put the camera on the stand here, and I'll continue. So I'll start now. I'll do all the faces at this side first. So now you're working on this face, which is really important too. So obviously when I install or mount the e-bike hub motors or the axles down onto this platform, I don't want powder around here. So the plan is to polish this into a nice mirror finish from, say, approximately 60mm down from this edge. Okay. So from here down will be powder coated candy purple. The same goes for here. So see now, I don't need to focus too much on the bottom of this plate, but 60mm down from this edge. So hopefully that makes sense. I wish I had a wee spray bottle there. Okay. Back in a minute. Something to do just. Nice day out here now. So happy. And the weather's good and you're working with the projects. So we'll continue with this plate. So I'm not wearing my mask today because I'm using water here that keeps the particles down. Sandpaper doesn't last long using water right now. Hose is all busted. But I move out of the sunlight here. So see that plate now, all the gouges, the brush finish is all removed. So we're obviously not ready for the mirror finish, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely. We have the 4K camera running here too. So I'll spend another couple of minutes on this plate and then I'm going to flick the whole thing over the body. Need more 80. looks beautiful there now. So what I'm going to do now is going to just flick it right over and do the sides of the plate, the opposite direction here. Maybe just a wee focus on this one again first. That's perfect there too. So see there now, you can see the MIG weld here at this point. So anything above here is not going to rust. So this is a 316 plate, stainless steel. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be blending the candy purple into the mirror finish. So mirror finish from this point up on both sides of the plate. So it's tricky, it's not easy. It's not as easy as powder coating the whole thing, obviously, or even lifting a can of paint or spray gun to it. So I'll just bring the light stream up in a minute again, hold on. I have to make sure the other one's rolling right. So if you look here now, you can see the marks left by the grinder yesterday, backing pad. So what I want to do now is I want to leave this face the same and this one, and then I'm going to work on the edges. A wee bit of work yet. On a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Okay, so we have 3 sides done here of the 80 grit. So now you're going to do the top face here. Right. So I'll continue with this one. Start the other jack up. Testing. So we have deep gouges, deep scores this side of the plate here. We got spring water chucking away. Okay, so see there now if you look at the plate you can see where the big weld is in the mild steel. So all this deep scratches left by the grinding process and also using the backing pads is all removed. So what I'm doing here for anybody that's jumped on is I'm bringing these two stainless plates up to a mirror finish. Well, the sanding process first, and then I'm going to do the polishing process later on in the week. So the idea is to have a candy purple frame. So I will be powder coating it using my powder coating booth and oven. So we're going to do this one now. So I'll bring this up nice and close for the meantime. And the same with the other one here. See the way it's starting to go around, so right in the mist there. won't matter because I will be blasting from the stainless plate down again before powder coat it. You can already tell a difference there. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this side is I'm going to hit it with a grinder again because I'm just not happy with it. Not too pleased now with it. Need to put my air respirator on too. It's just a couple of dips at the edge here. I might just have to leave them, but we'll see how it goes here. Trying to find my gloves here. Might have to do it here. I have it left in the house. Back. Find them. Them ones are covered in grease. No good. Mess up the powder coating. Right. So the fourth side. That'll be alright now, the other camera. Too much footage. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch over to the 2-inch dual action because it's more direct. There's a scratch there in that plate and it's not coming out with the big one. So that's as far as I can zoom in there. So the scratch there at the bottom, the powder will follow that, but so see the way it's more focused? Good job, so the brush finish is completely removed. I don't want the brush finish on the plate. That's why I cut extra here because it's just soaring them. Looks good. So the better we get this, the easier it'll be to bring up timber finish. Okay, so I'm going to jump over the 100 grit soon. The 120. With the bigger sander again, okay? Look at that sky. It's going to lash on me. It's going to lash on me in the middle of it, isn't it? Sure, I got a bit done anyway, but do you have to end the light stream? We'll see how it goes here. Don't want to get soaked. I don't want this frame to get completely wet. It'll do it no harm, but anyway, we're going to move over to 100. I'm just going to use 100 because I've got 100 here. So what we want to do here now is sort of remove the marks left by the either get sandpaper. The best thing to do here is go up through the grades. You don't need to be close to the, like I don't need to be using 100 there. I can jump up to 150 or even 220 or so, or 240. But just gonna do it here. There's the rain. So I'm gonna move the table on, and I'm gonna take the camera in, not this one, the other one, because I don't want it soaked. So what do we see here? Open this door. Perfect, cool. Turn it on the storm out here. Right, so what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to bring this up close. And I'll bring the table in the canopy. So I do have a garage here, but honestly, I like working in the daylight. The problem is now I need that sitting there. Right. When I get soaked, so there's not much I can do. So that's what I want to be using last there. So the problem is now the compressor is going to be rattling in the background. The door has to stay open because I don't want to get soaked. I'm going to get my van doors open. Oh no. Right. It's the weather, Luffy. The sun was shining. I've just decided to go away again. In half an hour, make it back out again. So, moving over now to 100 grit on the dual action. So, I'm trying to limit the amount of water I'm using here because I don't want to store the sandpaper. Well, doesn't really matter with the frame. So what I want to do now is remove swirl marks left by, or the wee smaller holes left by the other. So I'm really only focusing at the top 3/4 of the plate. I don't need to worry about this from say here 15 mil up. Like the compressor level running. So it's not only a project, it's being used for work too. That was heavy. Okay, so it's really heavy or not? I'll try hold the phone and see it. Now on to the bottom plate, right? So the bottom plate's done at 100 grit. See the way you can see it rusting out the stainless plate? See the way you can see it rusting out the stainless plate? Any scratches in my stage is not important because I won't be powder coating this. You won't see anything. Not the plate, the frame. Go to the 100 clip now. So, that's it there, you'll see the rails, that's it. So I could leave these with a dull finish. Well, not really dull finish. I could bring them up into like a mirror finish with the sandpaper, believe it or not, if I keep doing this. But I would need to go up to around at least 320 grit. If you take it up to 600 grit, you will have a mirror finish there, and you don't even require polish, and that's being honest. Let's say I decide not to polish them into a perfect mirror finish. I can bring these right up with sandpaper, do like a semi-reflection on it, using 320 or 600, definitely 600, you'll see your reflection on it. And that's using the QS205 in the polish. Look at that. Shocking. So I will demonstrate, I will show that soon. This rain goes away. So we're going to chop it over to and do the other side. And then we're going to move to, say, what am I going to move to? Whatever I have in the box. What do we see? I don't know what I have, because I've used it all on the compressor guards and stuff. So 60 is no good, this. Somebody's out there. And this is thunder. What do we see? I have 400. Too fine. What do we see? I have 120. And I have... Just look on here. I have 120. That's all I have. And 320 off the blue stuff. Anyway. I have 240 too. I think I do. Unless I used it all. Probably did. So I'll keep her lit here. So, believe it or not, this is 100 grit, right? And I can already see the shine appearing on the stainless steel. Compressor's going to start. So that one's perfect there. I do need to do the edges too. Look at that. Look at that. Looks really good there now, all the grinding marks are gone. So, look at this. It's top of the stand. I'm gonna have to fix that. So, as you can see, I don't like doing things half measures. I do things completely different. Look at this, now how am I going to get that? I need that. Okay, so we're on the other side here now. So I need 100 grit. This is 100, I'm just going to use it up. Terrible day right now. don't forget to give us the thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. Please. Your little support goes a long way. So that one there is looking well eventually. So I can hit that now with say 100 plus, not 120, 240 or something maybe. We'll see what I have to. So I'm only really focused. From here up to where I finish. I wish I could get outside again because I'm sitting here half in the shade and half out. Okay, so I'm going to stop over now to another 100. Let me see. 400. I must have used everything. Listen, that thing's blowing off. Okay, so we don't have anything. That's annoying. I need 240. So I'm gonna have to get some. I'll just do it with another 120 now, doesn't matter. Oh dear. Oh well. Everything starts. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to focus on the edges. So this thing is going to get wet. This way. So So we've probably got up to a mirror 22. We've got a new sample going now because this is quite sure the sample with all ages. We'll see how it goes. Alright, that's it. A wee paper at the end. Not too much rough there. That's coming up really well there. So we're not far away, you know, from getting it to the stage that I want it to. See if you look there, you see there my index finger is, the way it's cut a wee bit. That is where I lowered the bandsaw down, undercut the slots. I should have filled it up with a TIG, but I didn't. I'm not going to go to that extreme because I haven't said it. Might fix it, we'll see, might not really. What I could do is I could just chamfer the ends there off when you're, so say when you get the axle, the hub, the motor hub, is if I have a wee taper, a wee chamfer, at this point I could remove that cut left by the bandsaw. So if I put a wee slope here, and a slope here, slope here, slope here to match, using the grinder someday, the cutting disc, rather than the grinding disc. So what I'm doing there, compressor, I'm focusing here at the end, there's a wee lot of these scores. So remember these holes tapped to hang the item, this frame in the oven, in the boot. Okay, so footage, get a load of sample. Get a new box. Thank you to the ones that are giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Okay. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad there now, you know. So this side is the side that had the broken tap. So I had to cut it out, remove it, weld it back up again. Re-drill a hole, re-tap the hole. Actually broke all the lights too. So it was here 5 o'clock and I was looking. Compressor saying, give me a break, give me a break. And I'm like, see what they're made for. Like, so we're on those sides here now. Top's finished, two main faces on both plates are finished. And the top up to 120 grip roughly. I have to move to 240, we don't have it now. Then 320. So, I don't know how I'm going to do this, just needs to go up on its end. Maybe set up the gas. So, now that the rain has stopped, I'm going to put the camera back onto the stand. Hopefully, it doesn't come or stays away in the way. Get this finished here. Well, I might do the next steps on the live stream, but I might not because I don't know if anybody's really interested in watching the detailed steps, bringing up to mirror finish. We'll see. If anybody wants me to do the live streams, if they want me to continue to do the live streams, doing what I'm doing here, let me know. If not, if I get no comments, I'm not bothered continuing in the future with this part of the project. I will do a live stream powder coating, maybe if it's not too difficult, but I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the live streams with the projects at the minute. It's not really benefiting doing it, so I'm thinking about just doing my main videos again. So I should be hitting these with fairy grip first, I forgot. I've only got 60. So I've only got 60 here to do this. So as I say, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the live streams on the channel. I'm thinking about just sticking to my main videos again because say when I go to build the aerial atom, when I finish my research, it would just be very difficult to do that with a camera running all the time. But if people were interested and they wanted me to continue the live streams, I will. But as I say, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue. It's a lot of work. And these kind of projects about video and everything. But if the support was there, like I would be doing it, I'd continue. But to be honest, sort of don't have the heart to doing the live streams anymore. And as you can see, there's a lot of work involved. I should have my air mask or respirator on. So that edge is done. So I'm going to continue now with the floor plate. I'm going to flip over the body. So these two plates will be brought up to our finish in due course very soon. Nearly done, let's say. Bit of water again. Okay, so we'll flip her over the body now. There you are. They're looking well there now. I need to run 240 get over them, but I don't have any, so I have to order some. But all the gouges, all the scores are removed. Okay, so it looks well there now, so our camera's not on that. Right. So, I'm more or less finished here. Okay, there we go. Is that scratches? That is scratches. Well, it's awful. So they're very close to the bottom there, where the powder coat will be, the powder finish, but they're not deep, but I'm going to give them a rerun. They're away now. I'll be powder coating to here, and this will be more finish up. Okay everyone, so I'll just chuck a wee bit of water over that just to show the finish here. So all the scratches, all the grinding marks are removed. So as I say, as I mentioned there, I'm not sure if I'm going to be continuing the live streams because there's so much work involved in trying to video between the 4K camera and do this. And let's say when I go to build the L Atom, this thing here, I'm not sure if I want to be running live streams when I have to focus so much. But if the support was there, I would have continued doing something like that, or maybe going through all the projects the way I have been doing the last few months. But it's just a lot of work. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the live streams with complicated projects. Just so much work. So anyway, thank you for watching to the genuine, and also thank you for watching to the haters. Goodbye.